Alright, let's check this out. Message in a bottle. And for this we get the new Y'shtola minion. Alright, let's read through this. Well, if it isn't the Shining Star who set so many hearts aflame with his high-flying feats at the Moonfire Fair. Thanks in no small part to your contributions, we were able to close the curtain on this year's festivities in style. Though the revelry and rejoicing may have ended, needless to say, there's still plenty of work to be done. Speaking of which, would you be averse to lending a fatigued festival attendant a helping hand? While we were favored with spectacular crowds again this year, I fear that comes with an unfortunate after effect, which is to say, this beautiful beach remains cluttered with an unsightly amount of rubbish and refuse. Much more so than I could ever hope to gather up on my own. While I realize this is a rather trivial task to impose upon an adventurer of your stature, would you be so kind as to help me tidy up a bit? It would really mean everything to me. We're starting the quest by picking up garbage! Should you find any discarded items, simply return them here to me. I will sort through them and see that they are disposed of in a proper fashion. Damn you, Eorzeans! Leaving your garbage on the beach. Not cool. Welcome back. I can see that the beach is looking cleaner for your efforts. I would be happy to take any of the discarded items you picked up off your hands. Junk! Is that a map? Whoa. Thank you, friend. We truly appreciate your efforts. After all, it just wouldn't do to launch the celebratory fireworks over a beach littered with jetsam and junk. Well, now what do we have here? This appears to be an ordinary bottle, but is this a letter inside? How curious. Why, I do believe I'll take a closer look. Now we're going through people's mail. Ne'er till land. Heaven spew crimson. Seep black dooms. Stray seeds. Valiant. It's no use. The ink is smudged in so many places. Deciphering the letter in its full is all but impossible. That said, all this talk of the heaven spewing crimson and seeping black dooms, it isn't very pleasant, is it? Wait, I just had a thought. What if this is a message? A warning of sorts intended to help us forestall an impending calamity? That's a bit of a reach, but sure. Perhaps I'm overthinking this, but better safe than sorry, wouldn't you say? Why, I've half a mind to take off immediately and investigate further myself. Sadly, I still have another half of a beach here to clean. Please, might you be so kind as to look into the letter on my behalf? My friend Bran in Limsa Laminsa. He's a veteran reporter for the vulnerable Harbor Herald. Just happens to be an expert on cryptic poems and prophecies. I'm sure he'd be able to tell you something about it. I'm terribly sorry to burden you with another menial task like this, but the fate of the realm may very well be at stake. And whatever this leads, I promise to compensate you properly for your labors. Safe travels, friend. You can count on me. I guess. Fine. I'll decipher your letter. Let me have some coffee first. Alright. Limsa it is. Blood have been raised of striking and scouting are the pants I was thinking of. Gotcha. They look cool because they got wraps around the ankles and have some mini. So is that pair of pants that go? Does that go with the body piece I was trying on? Or is it just something that kind of fits it? Not intentionally. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to take a look. I'll see if I can find it on the market board or something. Hello, Bran. Something I could do for you, stranger? If you've business with Bran, best state it quickly. This guy has leads to follow and incidents to investigate. Spooky note. Papiano's wondering about this letter, you say. Well, you couldn't have come at a better place, to a better place. Hand it over, my good man, and let Bran see what he can glean for you. Did Bran know it, or did Bran know it? There's no mistaking these chocobo scratches. This is the quillmanship of none other than the roving minstrel of no small repute. As for the content of the letter, why, it's none other than a particularly portentous passage from the 7th verse of the Divine Chronicles, as writ by Mazaya Thousand Eyes so many years ago. If you care to hear it, old Bran would be happy to perform a dramatic reading of the full words. Ne'er till land consumes sun, can see bare moons, heaven spew crimson flame, hell seep black dooms. Stray seeds quicken in ash-gray embrace, valiant blades forged under the 12's good grace. Pretty ominous to say the least, no? But I wouldn't be worrying over much. Scholars posit that this was a prophecy foretelling the 7th umbral calamity, which, as we all know now, come and long since gone, and thank the 12 for that. As for why our minstrelling friends saw fit to scribble this down, bottle it, and toss it into the sea, well, why don't we saunter over to Ul'dah and ask the good man himself? After all, what with it being the rising and all, it's as good an occasion as any to reflect upon the rebirth of our realm. Rebirth. Reborn. Oh, God, I love you, Final Fantasy XIV. How could you not love this event? I love how much they take to celebrate it. And Ul'dah. I knew it! Ooh, that's not where I'm going. Alright. Yo, what's up, Flynn? How you doing? Hello, Yoshi P. Well met, my friends. Might I interest you in a song? Oh, an interview with the Harbor Herald, you say? You do this humble minstrel a great honor. I would be happy to oblige, but be forewarned, there may be matters which I am not at liberty to divulge. Give us spoilers for 6.0. But of course, anything and everything would be you'd be willing to tell me and my colleagues here. Old Bram would be nothing but appreciative. Well, my friends, I must say, this brings me back a ways. I did indeed inscribe this letter many, many years ago, before the calamity described therein came to pass. With disaster looming nigh, I sojourn in a small farming village just a stone's throw away from Bloodshore, near what is now Casa del Sol, though none called it by that name in those times. Ugh, I'm gonna struggle to read this, aren't I? I spent night and day penning countless letters identical to this one. I placed each one in a bottle and cast them into the sea, in hopes of warning Eorzeans far and wide about the realm's impending doom. Many of my adventure acquaintances assisted me in the task. To think that one of those letters would find its way to you, after so many years. Yes, fate works in mysterious ways. Why, yes, I do believe that my muse stirs within me. If you might indulge me for a moment. beautiful. What's up, USMC? Getting your Sam to 80? Very nice. What's up, Squintina? It's a me, Tequila. I couldn't do the Rising event as a Vieira. This event is so personal. I gotta be my Ura. Oh god! Look at the Bard one! Oh, the Monk one. The Monk outfit's so cool. Man, I want that Bard outfit! Classic... was it Realm Reborn? No, it was 1.0 Bard. Realm Reborn was Warrior. Not available. Yeah, I figured it's not available. But that's cool that he's wearing it. Greetings, Warrior of Light. You needn't be alarmed. I feel like I need screenshots of this. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. It's a pleasure to welcome you here again, old friend. Or shall I call you the Warrior of Darkness? In any event, it's been quite an adventure we've shared, you and I. Oh, how the years have flown by since I crossed the rift to this world. I trust that your adventures here yet stir your heart and nourish your soul? Absolutely! We are still here, just as ever, scribing the events that will go down in the history of this vast realm. A job, of course, that we could not do were it not for your extraordinary exploits. One might even say that just as you have embarked on your adventures, we have also been on an adventure of our own. Each adventure brings meetings and partings and countless trials that must be overcome. The task is never an easy one, but at journey's end, we emerge stronger and more enlightened and closer to the individuals we want to be. For this reason and many more, this world we share with you, is near and dear to our hearts as nothing else could be. Is it really not letting me take screenshots right now? Let me do it! I'll cheat the system. And so I will remain here, singing of your great deeds. Those that have come to pass and those that are yet a dream. And together we will tell a tale that will live on long after we are gone. Now, the time has come for this visit to end. The time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. In truth, there are others who have messages they wish to share with you, but do not worry, we shall find a way. Ever will be watching over you. Guide the realm unto peace and happiness, Warrior of Darkness. Till next we meet. That's cool, he's calling me Warrior of Darkness. Alright. What a song! Why, that has to be the most... I don't know if I'm going to pronounce that word right. Mellifluous? Moving composition that I've ever heard. You've outdone yourself this time. My minstrelin friend? Why, I best get back to the Herald and put pen to parchment before I go forgetting the, tongue twister. Before I go forgetting the words. Be seeing you, friend, and tell Pobiano, the greatest gods in Limsa, sends his regards. The calamity took much from us, but Eorzea rose from the rubble and ashes and stands as strong today as ever she has. And to you, whose courage and devotion will see the realm to an even brighter tomorrow, I dedicate this song. Papaya, 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 papaya. That's the song, right? O hero of rebirth traversing, heal you this scarred land. Lay bare cloistered truths and tame the skies. Let Azure guide your hand. O hero of rebirth traversing, break you the tyrant's bonds. Embrace your sin and chase the light. To darkness a world will dawn. It was lovely. When the calamity razed this land, the Eorzea we once knew was lost to us forever, and yet the realm as it once was lives on to this day in the hearts of those who call it home. So it is that in the season of remembrance, my thoughts turn to those who were with us no more, and to the world that they left behind. For it is truly knowing and understanding our past that allows us to stride confidently toward our future. Yoshi P always hitting us in the feels! Well, alright, back to Bloodshore. Come along, Alpha! Is it just... No, it's not. I was gonna say it's not just the minion this year, is it? For collectible items? Whee! You have to get that Realm Reborn red! It's one of my favorites. That's right, the scrolls of all the posters. Right. I'll have to scoop up a bunch. Oh, there you are. I was wondering when you'd be back. Was Bran able to help you puzzle out the meaning of that ominous missive? A years-old message to warn people of the 7th Umbral Calamity, you say? Phew! And here I was worried we were facing our impending doom all over again. At any rate, I owe you something for going above and beyond Call of Duty for me today. This might not be much, but please take it with my most sincere gratitude. Yestola! Speaking of which, it's the strangest thing. Ever since you left, we've had more and more of those bottles come floating in with the tide. I'm pleased to say that this time the words are not ominous in the least, and judging from the penmanship, it would seem that they came from a variety of senders. Yes, messages in bottles seem to be all the rage these days, which would be all well and good if I weren't stuck with the task of keeping these sands shiny and spotless. Which gives me an idea. If you're curious about the contents of the letters, perhaps you'd be willing to help me pick a few more of them up? I'll even throw in a token provided by the festival authorities for each bottle you bring me. What are the tokens for? What are the tokens good for, you ask? Why they can be exchanged for a veritable bounty or of simply delightful seasonal goods with the rising vendor. Take my word for it, it'd be more than worth your while. At 6s and 7s. After all you've already done, you're still willing to lend poor Pobiano a helping hand? You truly are a saint. Or perhaps you're just curious to find out what all these letters say. I couldn't blame you for that. I am too. I'm here for the loot. Anyhow, but with how many of them are washing in these days, I don't suppose they'd be too hard to find. Bring back to me what you found, and I'll open them right up. My nails are quite suited for the task, mind you. So you can read the messages at your leisure. Picking up garbage. Oh, I only got to grab one. I guess I'm coming back. I grabbed the small one. Splendid. If you're doing your part in cleaning up the beach, I'm more than happy to furnish you with a spiffy, shiny, absolutely official Rising token. You want to hold on to it and acquire even more if you can, so that you can exchange it for any... Yeah. Exchange the tokens! In the meantime, why don't we take the letter and find a quiet spot here to read it. I imagine that gazing upon the fireworks over the sea would do an excellent job of setting the scene. Whoever wrote this, and wherever they are, no doubt want nothing more than their words to reach an adventurer like you. The little minion running by. We hear that these days, it's all the rage for adventurers to gather in small groups and paint portraits of themselves striking stylish poses. As humble art supply provisioners, all we can do is provide the canvas, the palette, the paint, and the brush by which such works of art can be crafted. We realize there is much we still must do to allow adventurers to fully realize their aesthetic visions. It's so cute. And yet, seeing the masterworks you are already creating each day instills us with pride and the passion to continue pursuing our craft. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for allowing us to take part in this creative collaboration, and look forward to providing you with yet more materials to add to your artist workshop in the future. Wishing you eternal inspiration, the art provisioners of Eorzea. I can't believe the minion they just put in there. Messages from the team. Alright, next up. Medium-sized garbage! There's your jackpot, USMC. You got it. And you go immediately into a boss battle. Oh, I guess I'll join you. I won't let you die alone. Alright. Which fun minion do we have this time? Carbuncle! Get out of here! What are you doing? Who's a good carbuncle? Alright, medium bottle. Oh, letter 1. Does that mean there's more than one? Interesting. The mighty walls of Ul'dah were not built by one man. There were those that hewed stones and those that polished them. Those that carried them and those that stacked them one atop the other until they reached the towering height you see today. And it is not just the walls. Much of what you see in this world is in fact the sum total of the blood, sweat, and tears of countless men and women whose names and faces you will never see. But there is one more who is essential to truly realize the creation of these wonders, and that is you. For without you, all the efforts of those nameless artisans will mean nothing at all. And so we speak in unison when we say thank you. Always remember that you are the reason we devote ourselves to our craft. With gratitude, the nameless artisans of Eorzea. That makes sense. 3 of each. Alright. Guess we're reading 9 letters. Hey! No match for Leatherface. I'm gonna have to remember to do this on my crystal alt again. And I won't wait till the last day. You're good, USMC? You can breathe easy now. Alright, large letter. Let's do it. Hello, Emmerich. I can still remember the day you came swooping into Ishgard on the back of that dragon. I recall that it took even Sir Emmerich a moment to realize you were a friend and not a foe. I must admit, I was one of those archers prepared to fire upon your draconian steed. It's a good thing I was wearing my helmet, as I have no doubt my face was beet red with embarrassment when we saw it was you. Having said that, I'm sure I would have been lost among the crowd, as there were a fair few of us to mark your return. Unfortunately, being one of the rank and file makes it rather difficult to directly express my gratitude for your brave deeds, which is why I chose to pen this letter. Even then, I must rely on the tides of fate to carry these words to you. Though, as you have proven, miracles can and often do happen. Ever your comrade, a devoted temple knight. Why does this event always have to hit us in the feels? Right in the feelies. What's going on, Roz? Good morning. Alright, so by the sounds of it, there's 3 letters of each. I'm just going to go through these all. Start with another small. We hear that these days it's all the rage for friendship. No, this is the same one. Letter 2. Oh. Okay, but it's the same... That was the same letter, even though it said letter 2. It said the same thing. I just figured it'd be like 9 separate letters. They're not all the same, so I just had shit luck. I got the same letter twice. RNG has betrayed us! Great. Now it's gonna make me do it multiple times. Alright, I'm changing my tactics. Although it... Oh, I must have got letter 2 the first time and just didn't even notice it. That's why. I didn't realize the first one I grabbed was letter 2. Right. Alright, so we're gonna keep going for the small ones then until we get all 3, I guess. Rude NG. Hey, no problem, Gurnai. Hey, Monkey King! This is letter 4! There's 4? Okay, there's a lot of these letters, apparently. I still remember the day. Fresh off the boat after a long voyage across the Ruby Sea. Strode into the gleaming gold saucer. I found an open space in one of the parlors, set up my table, and began to stack my tiles upon it. Anxiety gripped me to the depths of my body and soul. What if Eorzans had no interest in the Doman diversion I sought to provide? Would my long journey prove to be for naught? Fortunately, my worries soon melted away. Within hours, the Manderful tables were teeming with visitors, locals and travelers from abroad alike, each more eager than the next to try my hand at the time-honored game of Mahjong. I am no mighty adventurer, and there is only so much I can do for this realm, and so I hope that, in some small way, the game I teach can serve to lighten adventurers' days and relieve them from the many burdens they bear. Until we meet at the tables, an anonymous Mahjong tutor. Interesting. I haven't played Mahjong yet. I've had different ones than you have? Really? So it's just a random minion? Well, the good thing is, once I grab all the housing items, I don't have to reveal all the letters unless you guys want to see them all. So it looks like so far I've gotten letters 2 and 4 from the small. Spoony Bard! Alright, so this is number 3. The other day at the Aethray Plaza, I happened upon a minstrel cheerfully strumming a tune before an admiring crowd of adventurers and townspeople. Impromptu concerts like these have been happening more and more of late, and I dare say nothing fills our hearts with joy quite like seeing people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life bonding over the love of music. To all the talented composers and instrumentalists out there, we thank you for providing a soundtrack to stir your own heart. We hope that the music of Eorzea has served to render your adventures even richer and more memorable. Ever in harmony with you, a humble instrument maker. Cool. So we got 3 out of 4 of the small letters. We need letter 1. We got 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what sort of stuff we can get. Oh god, I got 60 tokens now just trying to get all these letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, Rome Reborn Red. Meteor Survivor. Heaven's Cracker, Meteor Shatter. I always like to collect a bunch of these ones. Neat. Shall we try our luck? Come on, letter 1. But what if there's 5? I don't know, Jams. Can somebody confirm? What's up, little? Good morning. You got 7 different ones? What, from like one set? 6 per size. There's a post on Reddit that has them all compiled. Okay. So I don't technically have to read them all. Good to know. A Moogle! Letter 1. How quickly the years have flown by since we first set up that message board on an unassuming street corner. Seeing that many and myriad words written there each day never fails to fill our hearts with joy and gratitude. Perhaps most enjoyable of all to read are the announcements of various festivities organized by adventurers. Gatherings of fellow clansmen, adventurers' journeys to far-flung lands, and all sorts of delightful events. We tip our cap to the passionate adventurers who pour their heart and soul into organizing these outings. One might like them to a lodestone, drawing people in and bringing like minds together wherever they go. Finally, we would express our thanks to you of all who take the time to keep diaries of your journeys. It is a pleasure and an honor both to have the privilege of sharing in your adventure. With best wishes, the keepers of the message boards. Kupopo. Yeah, why RNG? That I don't get, Jams. I agree. It's one thing to repeatedly go through it one at a time. That's fine. Well, we got at least 4. I guess. We'll take a little break, I guess, from these. I need to buy 2 of these. I'm going to buy 2 of each.